Hey, hello again, Bruins fans. Scott Travis here, coming at you from the Sports Den. It's been a busy day in sports with the AL playoffs and the Celtics in action. But you know what we're talking about right now? It's the Bruins, the 0-3 Bruins, who have off to a horrendous start. 16 goals allowed so far. Playing the 1-1 Avalanche in Colorado, coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern. The Avs, bad news, are averaging 5 goals a game over the 2 games. But the good news is, folks, and the reason why you should stay up and watch tonight's game, is the 0-3 Tuukka Rask with the 4.72 goals against average and the .486 save percentage is not in net tonight. So we've got a chance to win the game. Jonas Gustafsson is going to make his first start in a regular season game for the Boston Bruins. And I'm excited about it because you know what? Let's face it. Tuukka Rask in 3 games has not looked good at all. And in fact, I think he had his worst game as a pro and certainly as a Bruin on Monday afternoon. But we're not going to get too much into Tuukka because some people have criticized me for being a little too tough on the guy. So that's it for Tuukka. But here's the deal, folks. Bruins in flux, the roster. We got Joe Morrow out on IR with the flu. Not that he was a big factor. He's a young defenseman. He struggled like everybody else. And my point from the top, folks, is that the Bruins have struggled defensively. The forwards, they're not scoring. I don't know what's going on with this new system. Claude Julien, maybe he's not the right guy to coach this up-tempo pace that the Cam Neely and Don Sweeney, the GM, want to put in. I'm not really sure why they brought him back. They traded away young offensive players, and now they want him to play an up-tempo thing, but we'll see what happens. With Morrow going on IR, they brought up young Tommy Cross from Providence Bruins. He and Tyler Randall are actually slated to make their NHL debuts tonight, and we'll see how that works out, and I'll get to how the lineups play out in a second. Brad Marchand, who suffered the concussion against Montreal, actually traveled with the team and skated, but he's not expected to play tonight. He is questionable, and they're just hoping that maybe he can play Saturday at Arizona. The projected lines are going to look like this, folks. Louis Eriksson on the left with Patrice Bergeron in the middle and Brett Connolly on the right wing as a unit. Then you're going to get Matt Bolesky, David Krejci, and David Pastrnak playing together. They've been playing together all through the first 3 games. We're just hoping they can kind of hit on something. Bolesky had a goal the last game. We'll hope that works out. Chris Kelly, he's still on the roster. He's playing left wing on the 3rd line with Spooner and Hayes, Jimmy Hayes. And then the 4th line, Zach Rinaldo, we're not really sure why he's in the lineup, is playing with Jonas Kampanen, and Tyler Randall, like I said, is making his debut. Chara, who returned last game, was a little bit of a help, but not really, didn't make a whole lot of difference in the loss to the Lightning. But anyway, he's going to be partnering up with Kevin Miller. Torrey Krug is going to be partnered up with Adam McQuaid. And like I said, Tommy Cross making his debut is going to be partnered up with Colin Miller, who thankfully is now in the lineup. Again, I don't know why he was a scratch on opening night. But anyway, folks, this is do or die time for the Bruins. They're off to an 0-3 start. They haven't started 0-4 since 1964-65, the year before Bobby Orr started. So this is serious. There's already rumors floating around that they're trying to gauge value of trades, see what teams might be interested in Chara and Marchand. Personally, I'd like to see what they can find for Tuukka Rask, because I really don't think he's the right goalie for any kind of rebuild or youth movement, seeing as once he's allowed a lot of shots, and we all know what he did in the shootout. He couldn't stop a puck. When it's one-on-one, he certainly can't handle himself. The Bruins had the worst record, and if they could have done anything in the shootout last year, they would have made the playoffs. But anyway, some people, again, think I'm too hard on Tuukka. But my point being, it's time to play. The next 8 games, next 8 out of the next 11 games, counting tonight, are on the road. The Bruins blew it by going 0-3 at home. They need to get their act together. They need to have team defense, or we need to have at least a coaching change. I don't want to blow up the roster. I still believe in Krejci. I still believe in Bergeron. I still believe in Marchand. I think Pasternak's up and coming. I like what I've seen from Spooner over the last year and a half. I mean, this is a team on the rise with the right system, the right philosophy, and the right goaltender. Now, we don't have any Zdeno Chara is not a Norris Trophy candidate. Seidenberg, like I've mentioned in other videos and other posts, is out till Christmas. So this team needs to get it together. They need to say, this is who we are. This is what we've got in this locker room. These are our coaches. Let's go out and play better hockey. The Avs have struggled in their own end, so maybe Boston can put on a forecheck and get something going. But anyway, folks, the game's coming up at 10 p.m. Let's hope the Bruins can turn things around top to bottom, and they better do it soon, or there's going to be coaching changes and players are going to get traded away. And I really hope that that's not how this thing turns out in the next few days or the next week and a half. But 0-3, if it goes to 0-4, 0-5, the pressure's going to be on the Bruins front office to do something. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'm Scott Travis. Follow me on Facebook, Scott Travis Sports News. This video and others I do are on YouTube as Scott Travis Sports News, and I'm on Twitter at Scott Travis SN. Thanks for watching. Go Bruins. Let's get a win. Thanks a lot.